In years prior, when you would look up how to mod your PSP, you would come across tutorials on Pro C firmware and Infinity. These were both great options, but are now a little outdated. If you visit the website PSPunk, you'll see that they now push ARK-4 and describe the other two as obsolete. ARK-4 lets you have a file explorer, custom startups, plugin management, and region-free UMD playing. It's pretty similar to the Vita modding scene if you're familiar with that. The website PSPunk provides you with more than enough to do this installation. However, I appreciate video tutorials, so I thought I would put this out there. Before starting, there's a few things you need to know. You have to be on firmware 6.61 if you have a PSP Go 3000 or 2000. If you're on old custom firmware, you have to go through the process using Chrono Switch, which isn't covered here. To update your PSP, I would recommend doing it wired by downloading the update files instead of trying to do it wirelessly, because the PSP Wi-Fi system is very outdated and seldom connects to anything. And if you're doing this with a PSP Go like me, I recommend removing the memory card because everything should be stored on internal flash storage. The first thing you want to do is go to pspunk.com and go to custom firmware and hit the download button. This is the only download you'll need to do for the whole process. After you've downloaded the zip file, you want to extract it and find ARK-01234. You want to copy this file and move it to the PSP's save data file. Then you take ARK loader from the ARK file and move that into the PSP's game file. Now switching to the PSP, you want to move to the games folder and then system storage, and you should find ARK loader. After launching the application, it should automatically soft reboot your PSP. You can confirm if the custom firmware was downloaded by checking your system settings and seeing ARK-4 live. To permanently use our new firmware, we want to use cIPL. And cIPL, unlike Infinity, gives you the option to prevent soft bricking your device, which you hopefully won't have to use down the line, but it's better to have the option. This time, under the PSP file, inside of the ARK file download, find cIPL. This also gets brought to the PSP's game file, where we put ARK loader, and it just so happens to be where you would put any eBoot files you happen to come across for the PlayStation 1, but you didn't hear that from me. Switch back to the PlayStation Portable and launch cIPL. Once you make it to this screen, press X. This time your PSP should do a hard reboot. You can check if it's downloaded by checking system settings again and finding cIPL. You can also now mess around with the custom firmware settings, which is located here.